Hey guys, so yes, okay, different everything, different setup, different background. We are just trying something new today, okay? I wanted to try something new on my channel just because I feel like YouTube as a whole is just getting very mundane and just everybody's kind of saying the same things and doing the same stuff. So I thought I would try to switch it up a little bit and do a new series on my channel called Why Everybody Hates So and So. So this is going to involve why everybody hates celebrities. For me personally, the reason why I came up with this idea was because I know like people that like the public hates, like they are just everybody's worst nightmare when it comes to the public. Like there's always being canceled and everything like that, but like, do you really know why? Do you really know why everybody cannot stand them? And so I thought I would start with none other than Miss Controversy herself, Miss Kim K. Now, I just want to go in and do like a deep dive of like celebrity controversies and like why it is that the public hates them so much. Like, what did they do to the people? And let me just start off by saying this girl has a laundry list of reasons why people cannot stand her. So I thought I would go ahead and do a deep dive while I'm doing my makeup. I try to be as Kardashian as possible. So I thought I would go ahead and just go over all the issues that this girl has with the public, why she is a menace to society, and why everybody does not like her. So let's go ahead and get started. I thought I would go ahead and do like a longer talking makeup video just while I'm like doing something, because like I didn't want it to be awkward, you know. I wanted us to do something, but I also wanted to do a longer video that like you can play in the background and things like that. I will be recreating her Met Gala, I think 2018 look. I'm gonna put the picture of what the look I'm going for. I'm not a makeup person. I don't claim to be a makeup person. I am just gonna do it off of fun. This is literally for fun. I don't do makeup like that, so don't come for me. This is all for good fun. We're just gonna chat, talk about controversy, and do that. So who knows what it's gonna look like in the end. But I tried to be as Kardashian as I could. This is what we got. So let's get into it, shall we? We'll also be putting all the products that I'm using in the description so you guys will know. Like I said, I'm not a makeup person. I'm not going to be explaining what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. I'm just going to be doing it as I'm talking about her. So if you need anything, it will be in the description bar below. So let's go. I'm not really going to be talking about her like... I felt like there was so many things I could say about Kim Kardashian that like we would literally be here for days, because this girl knows nothing but cancellation and controversies. So I'm going to be skipping over like the obvious sex tape and things like that, and I'm not really going to get into the whole dating thing of her like stealing people's man and all that stuff. I'm just going to go towards more like what she did to the public as to why the public just hates this woman. Obviously, we could talk a lot about the Kardashian clan, but to be honest, I kind of broke this up into different subsections. And this one is what I like to call the money grab era. This dates back all the way to 2010. These people were busy. When I say busy, I'm talking about they were literally taking any opportunity that they could to get some money. This was when she had just gotten over the whole Riche scandal, like her sex tape and all that already had gotten out and everything like that. She was kind of riding the wave of her fame, and because she wasn't like really that famous, she had to, you know, do what she had to do. Her and her family, which her family is a genre in its own, but her and her sisters decided to do their first public scandal other than the sex tape, which was to create a debit card. Now, I don't really know, like I said, I just feel like this was a money grab era because I don't know where in the world that fit their whole thing. I really just feel like they were just doing things just to get their name out there. So with this credit card, it lasted a month. They lasted a month out on like the bank market, if that's even a thing. Do y'all remember like the whole Russell Simmons prepaid Visa cards? I guess that was like a thing back in the day, but Either way, the Kardashians came out with the Kardashian card and it lasted a month. It was because this card, when I tell you, when I looked into all the things that this card was requiring, just to start, to obtain the card was $99.95 just to get the card, okay? Now, I feel like that was a really big move. Like, y'all aren't even that famous yet and that's what y'all are charging. But not to mention, it also had very high fees. The criticism that it got was that it got very high fees. It had very high fees. But let me explain to y'all what these fees were. It was not an overdraft fee, a $30 overdraft fee. It was not a, ATM fee. No, let me go ahead and break it down to you. It was $99.95 to own the card. It was another $9.95 to get the card, to obtain the card. Okay? Then it was a $7.95 monthly fee. And every time you added money to the card, you had to pay $1. And after that, it was $1.50 to speak to a customer service representative, okay? A live customer service representative, you had to pay $1.50. On top of that, if you got reoccurring bills to pay on your prepaid Visa card, it was $2 per transaction. Bank of America would never. Like, are you joking? So obviously they faced public criticism. It actually went to some attorney general that also, he kind of was the first one to put a stop to this, saying that it was really like bad on them. It was a very awful move because it was taking advantage of their young audience, which is a reoccurring theme within the Kardashians. But they were just taking advantage of their young audience and basically giving them a card that had all these fees and policies. So after receiving a lot of backlash and the public just really going crazy over their credit card, they decided to jump ship. They were going to get over that and not be a part of that or associated, because they felt that it was a part of, like, it was ruining their brand pretty much. So then she ventured off, which is kind of like the start is really like the sisters. So I kind of just put this in here because it was her, because we all know she's like the face of the Kardashians, but it was her like a family. It was a family affair, their endeavors. So the next thing was the Quick Trim lawsuit of 2010. When I tell y'all, these people were really just getting at anything that could possibly put them out there or make them money. This Quick Trim thing was very much that. Doing this research, looking at the video, or looking at the commercial, money grab. It was so awkward to watch. Literally the cringiest commercial. I recommend everybody watch it. It's like 17 seconds. Look it up on YouTube. It's their Kardashian Quick Trim commercial. So the Kardashians were sued for $5 million because basically they were false advertising these diet supplement products and that whole thing. I think back in the day, like I guess it's still a thing now with diet supplements, but they were basically promoting these diet supplement pills, claiming that that's how they got their physique, which there are reoccurring situations that go on here, claiming that that's how they got their physique and yada yada yada, promoting these diet pills when the active ingredient was caffeine. So they actually ended up settling that lawsuit, I believe, outside of court. And yeah, some people got some big bans because the Kardashians started promoting, false advertising these diet pills. So as you can see, this is why I say it was the money grab era, because they were just putting their name and attaching their name to anything, like literally anything. So later on, as they're getting their feet wet within the public eye, everybody is getting to know who the Kardashians are as they're kind of like dating around. This was kind of like the Reggie Bush era. She was dating Reggie Bush, they broke up, things like that. Once she started leveling up and kind of making a name for herself, she also got into a really big public scandal with the whole 2015 promotion of these diet pills, or they're not diet pills, they were these pills, this medicine that allegedly helped with morning sickness. So basically she was promoting morning sickness medicine. This was when she was pregnant, claiming that this is what helped her get over her nausea, her vomiting, things like that. That's what she was claiming. You know, these girls, they just be lying. So obviously the public had an immense outrage because she's selling these pills to the public again. As you can see, she just keeps selling things to people that are false advertisement. And with the Kardashians, it's very obvious that all money is not bad money. They live to false advertise. They do not care. These people, they will sell you whatever, okay? As long as they get a good buck, they will sell you what they want. So as you can see, this becomes a pattern and a trend within them and Kim. So also in 2015, this is where she started the flat tummy tea lollipop appetite suppressants. And as you can tell, this girl and this family, they don't care. They genuinely do not care. And it's such a huge pattern within all their actions in their ads and everything. By the way, they were not disclosing that they were getting paid for these ads. They were just putting them out there, telling people to buy it and calling it a day. So that's another reason why a lot of people had a big issue, because not only is it just like wrong for you to sell things, but like to not even sell like dietary supplements that you know you're not taking, but you're also going to act like you're not getting paid for it. Come on now. Are we gonna forget, like, really, Chloe's on that she's on that medicine commercial? A joke. Like, these people literally do not care. Like, it's just, this is the most bootleg inspiration. I'm just looking at the picture. I'm like, this does not look like her at all. And not for nothing, this eyeshadow is kind of patchy. Thanks. But anyway, let's go on. So now, between like 2010 to 2015, that was when they were just known for being really, really big false advertisers. Like, everybody was just over it. They kind of got their notoriety for just advertising things that they don't use, advertising things that didn't work, and not disclosing the fact that they were doing so. So now we are going to go into the new era. This is the culture appropriation era. Buckle up, okay? You are going to see very common themes. You are going to see the same thing. I'm probably going to sound like a broken record, but follow with me. So it all starts in 2016, and this one actually like really pissed me off because I did not know where all this came from. It all started with the whole boxer braid controversy. I should probably say that. It started with the boxer braids. This whole controversy started with the New York Post writing an article about Princess Sasha Obama because she decided to wear cornrows to a event that they had at the White House. It was some dinner that they were having at the White House. So she was wearing cornrows. So in the New York Post, okay, in reference to Sasha Obama's hair and the fashion that surrounded this event, they decided to publish and say that her hairstyle was inspired by UFC boxer braids. And the phenomenon continued when Kim decided that she was going to post the infamous photo and call these the boxer braids. When I tell y'all, I always felt a type of way about the Kardashians, just like back and forth, because I'm like, is it really that bad? Yeah, they kind of are. No, but they really aren't type deal. I used to go back and forth, but after doing this deep dive, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're gonna take, like, Sasha Obama, you are going to say that a black girl was inspired by UFC? And then say that Kim Kardashian revolutionized boxer braids. Are you joking? So that is kind of, this was like the beginning of the end for me, as I just kept going on and on in my research, because this is not the first and this is most definitely not going to be the last that we hear of Kim Kardashian taking credit and basically being the pioneer of hairstyles that don't belong to her culture. But we'll continue, we'll get to that. I decided to throw this in here just because it just kept coming up. In 2016, she also had the Taylor Swift scandal about the whole famous line where basically Taylor Swift lied about not approving the song, that she didn't know that song was coming out. And Kim decided to stand up for her man and expose the messages between her and Kanye, saying that she did approve the song, and then she basically just exposed the audio of their phone call conversation. Honestly, I don't know if I guess Taylor Swift fans hate Kim Kardashian over this. I don't know, probably Taylor's mom hates her for this. I don't really care about this. I feel like this is okay. I don't know. I felt like that was really blown out of proportion. It was just the fandoms that were really upset, but I thought I'd throw it in here because why not? This eyeshadow is gross, but we're just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna continue on. Now, this is where it gets real spicy, okay? Because also this is not 2016. We are moving on to 2017. And this is where Miss Kardashian West decided to put on her lawyer hat very prematurely, and she was going to defend Mr. Jeffree Star. This was when the whole thing happened where she did her, he called them struggle swatches. That's what he called them. This is when she started launching her beauty line and whatnot, and Jeffree Star took it upon himself to make himself relevant and call her swatches struggle swatches, saying that she doesn't know how to swatch, blah blah blah. Why she decided to take the side of the person that literally, what is this foundation? This makeup look is gonna be such a joke. Why she decided to take the side of the person making fun of her is beyond me. I guess this was before Jeffree decided to burn bridges with Kylie and just do the most. But she took it upon herself to go on Snapchat and tell her fans and followers who were attacking Jeffree to get off his ass and whatnot, because he apologized for his past. And if she she knows what it's like to have people always bringing up her past, and she forgives him, and she likes to give people the benefit of the doubt. And so she thought that she could tell people that they were just overreacting and to get off his ass, because he's a changed person. She believes people can change. And yeah, so I swear I'm this color, okay? I am trying to find foundations that match my skin tone, but yeah, it looks like I didn't do a good job. This is a parody makeup tutorial, because what is this? Anyway, so she did go on and tell her that. I am just going to say, ma'am, it is not up to you to forgive and give the benefit of the doubt to someone who didn't offend you or your community. You cannot forgive somebody who did not hurt you. So it sounded good. Actually, it didn't. It was so awkward to watch. But needless to say, she also then apologizes. She recanted on the whole thing. She said she didn't know how bad it was. But my thing with that is, you obviously knew that he had a past, but I don't understand, how did you know that he had a past, but then you didn't at the same time? Girl, I'm sorry to all the people that he offended by saying that, you know, they should get battery acid thrown on them and calling white women the N-word on multiple occasions. But, you know, I believe that people can change, so you guys should just forgive him and
get off his ass.
Kimberly. But it doesn't stop there. No, it doesn't. Now, this girl, this is another era of just mess. And I do blame Kim Kardashian for letting people think that this one here is okay. In 2017 was the beginning of the Blackfishing scandals. Now, this is not the, oh my God. Now, this is most certainly not the first and not the last time this woman will be caught up in these scandals. So, I think this was, like I said, this was just the start of the end for the beauty community. This is when everybody pretty much thought it was okay to pretend like they're black and they're dark skin. So she decided that for the launch of her contour and highlight kit, she was going to post a photo that was ridiculously dark. My favorite thing about this is she blames the photo being ridiculously dark on it being a mood. So for everyone that is of a darker skin complexion, according to Kim Kardashian, it is a mood. Okay. Public response to this photo was, we wanted them to be really moody. I wanted to show the contour. The photos ended up being a little bit darker than I was. There are some people online saying that I'm doing blackface and the photo is inappropriate. The internet world is so toxic, and I feel like people are just waiting for you to make a mistake just to point it out. I think I have to address it, because if I don't, it will turn into one of those situations where people will think I'm trying to ignore something. She also says that she can get why people are accusing her of blackface. When you're running shit, you just literally have to own up to it and change it and fix it. I fully understand what people are saying. I would never ever do a photo shoot like that, and I would never want to disrespect anyone. Girl, your initial response was that you being 10 shades darker than you actually are is a mood. After like this whole deep dive, once I got to 2017, I was just like, girl, someone is really out to get you. Like, your publicist, somebody, your management, they hate you, because I don't understand how in the world someone that you pay a lot of money to make sure your public image stays like nice read that and was like, yeah, I think people are really gonna see where you're coming from. I definitely think like this was the right move. I really believe that like people are really gonna get what you're saying. Just acknowledge it, and I think people are understanding. Whew. But the nonsense continues. It continues. I'm just doing clown makeup. I feel like a little kid. And this is what we're doing. Yeah. But it continues. That same year in 2017, Kim decides that she is going to dress up as Aaliyah. So you just got caught up for allegedly blackfishing, and you put it upon yourself to be Aaliyah for Halloween. She decided to do the Aaliyah, her costume was Aaliyah in the Try Again music video. And of course, she was accused of cultural appropriation, in which her response was, "We don't see color in my home." This is what I'm saying. Like, I want to like Kim Kardashian because I really I want to like her, because obviously she's pretty. Obviously, you know, she is a big portion of like my time and growing up, you know, and things like that. But it's like you cannot get over the nonsense that comes out of this girl's mouth. Your response to this was, "We don't see color in my home." Do you see the pattern starting to form? Do you see why people just really do not like her? How in the world do you not see color in your home when your husband is black, your children are black, and you are white? Huh? Stupid. And it just gets worse from here. I'm telling you, it was the beginning of the end, and it just doesn't stop from here. I wish I could say like it got better. And by the way, in all these situations, she has apologized. In her form of an apology, she has extended quite a few of apologies. But then we go on to 2018, and we get the infamous Bo Derek braids. Yes, indeed. Kim Kardashian goes on Snapchat to debut what she called the Bo Derek braids. Obviously, you know, hopefully you know, I know, these are not Bo Derek braids. These, my darling, I don't know how to say the word Fulani. This is why you will never see me in these braids, because I don't even know how to pronounce this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, oh my God, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even know how to pronounce them. Can you imagine if I put these braids in my head? You know how stupid I would look? But you know how much stupider you sound not even pronouncing the right word, but to call them Bo Derek braids. Are you joking? Oh my God. So rightfully so, she gets a ton of backlash from the Black community because, you know, not only did you call cornrows boxer braids, but now you are going on to say, credit a white lady who stole from the said Black community. So in conclusion, she completely disregards the fact that this is a Black hairstyle. This was completely stolen or inspired, by the Black community. And instead of crediting said Black community, she credited a white lady from a movie from like a 1970. At this point, I'm just like, how do people like her? How? Because it is just, okay, fine. Like, once is like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. But this Bo Derek braid, you are going to sit here, put beads in your hair and some more, and call them a white lady's name? You just hate Black people, I feel like. That's what it gives me. It really just gives me that, okay? So it doesn't stop at the Black community. It never does. It never did. Kim Kardashian then goes on to launch a shapewear line, which was initially called Kimono. Does it stop? No, it doesn't. And I'm just, you know, I just feel like the more I blend, the better I can. This is for fun, okay? Remember, this is for fun. I don't know why I decided to choose this look as the inspiration photo, but this is for fun. Keep that in mind, please. I don't want to hear it, okay? I know I look insane and I don't care. So anyway, we're talking about Kim Kardashian, not me or my makeup. So let's continue. So she goes on to launch the Kimono thing. And this is where I'm just like, what are you doing? Because obviously she got a lot of backlash from the Japanese community, because she's not Japanese, to be naming things kimono. But on top of that, just to kind of throw this one in here, I know this one's gonna be like, okay, she wasn't even selling kimonos. False advertisement, girl. You're going back to your roots. Like, I just don't understand. How are you gonna call something a specific thing and not even sell it? Whatever. So obviously she got so much backlash that she ended up changing it. But it's just like, once again, who hates you? Somebody has a vendetta against you. Somebody really does not like you. Somebody's whole job is to make sure that you look good in the eyes of the press, and they okayed you calling a shapewear line kimono. Disbelief I'm in, okay? So another controversy that happened in 2019 was the whole thing with Kim and Fashion Nova and Kanye. The whole thing where she got upset that people were ripping off the designers and all that other stuff. To be honest, I didn't really read too into this, because like, it was apparently she was getting upset and calling out like these brands, but at the same time she was like selling the design. It came out that she was like selling the designs to people. It was just a hot mess. To me, I didn't really care too much to look into this, because it sounds like a whole lot of rich people problems, because at the same time you're doing all this, but like, your mom was repping Fashion Nova. She had a whole Fashion Nova deal. So are we just gonna like skim over that? Like, no pun intended, but you know what I mean? I just didn't feel like that was like a scandal, I guess, because she ended up like coming out to be like a liar or something. To be honest, like I said, rich people problems. I didn't put too much energy into this one. I just thought I'd throw it in there because it did happen. Moving on to 2020. Now, this one is just a doozy, because I'm telling you, if you thought, because this is the thing, right? I always like to think like, back in the day, I used to be like, oh, well, you know, like, she can't be that dumb, because like, you know, how do you become a millionaire? How do you have a whole empire? What is going on? Like, how do you have so much success and like, you can't be that dumb? But she is, because it's just like, you don't learn. Number one, you don't learn. Number two, you definitely don't listen, because your fans are literally telling you what you're doing wrong, and you just continue to do whatever it is that you feel like doing. So in 2020, amid the obviously everybody and their mother was getting on the whole mask bandwagon. Everybody was selling their own masks, their versions of masks, the yada yada yada. So of course, what did Miss Kim Kardashian West decide to do? She was going to make her skim versions of mask. Now, in true Kim fashion, she dropped the ball, because she came out with a nude collection of masks, and the campaign had, you know, people with their skin tone, their shade of mask, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but their shade in their nude mask thing. So the white girls had like a beige one, the tan girls had a tan one, yada yada yada, so on. But of course, the black girl, the dark-skinned black girl, did not get a brown mask. She got an actual black mask. Some might call it an oversight. I call it just ridiculous. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you kind of want her not to be so bad, because she seems like such a nice person. Like, anytime I've like seen interviews and stuff with her, and just like, you want to believe that she's not a bad person, but it's just like, how stupid can you be? Like, how dumb can you actually be? So you thought that putting a black mask on a black woman, it made sense. It was a look, it made sense. It was the creative direction that they were going. So
get off his ass.
Okay. So let me finish this look, because I don't even know what I'm This look is just a joke at this point. I don't really even know what I'm going for. I tried to look like Kim Kardashian. And I don't even know what's worse. The fact that, like, I'm talking so much trash about Kim Kardashian and my makeup looks like this, or the fact that I'm genuinely trying to replicate this look and it's coming out this awful. I don't know. It's just a joke all the way around. Anyway, let's finish this off to blend this somehow. This is so white. This is why I don't do makeup tutorials. This is literally why I don't do makeup tutorials. Because what in the world? So to finally end the scandals of all the scandals is her 40th birthday party. Now, once again, it's just like, sure, plenty of people were partying throughout the week. We're just completely disregarding CDC advice, just completely, disregarding everything that was going on in the world. But in true Kardashian fashion, they decided to basically rent out the island of Tahiti and fly out 50 of her closest friends and family to celebrate the festivities. And this is the really big thing that I have with them, because I didn't mention the whole thing about the fact that they don't disclose the fact that they have plastic surgery. They sit there and act like it's going to the gym. And the fact that they, mislead people to believe things, and they cultural appropriate, and, they do all these bad things. And yet they give the response of like, why, we don't know, like, what did we do wrong? And I can't stand that. Let me put this on. What is this? Anyway, I personally just can't stand people like that. If you are going to throw that rock, you better launch it, make sure it connects, and then put your name on it, okay? But the thing with the Kardashians that they love to do is they like to pretend like they don't understand what they're doing is wrong. It's like, oh, I don't get surgery. Like, what are you talking about? I naturally look like this. I just go to the gym. That's my secret. I just go to the gym. And it's the same thing with this party. You know how many celebrities could have cared less that said that they didn't even believe in this virus? Why didn't you just do that? But you're going to sit here and fly out 50 of your closest friends and family to a private island that you rented out. You're going to receive backlash for it. And your response to it is, this is verbatim, what she says is, I realize that for most people that this is so far out of reach right now. So in moments like these, I am humbly reminded of how privileged my life is. So in other words, sorry that you're poor. Sucks, but can't relate. I'm sorry that you guys can't afford to do this during this time, and I understand that this is so out of reach for literally anyone. But I just want to let you know that I am humbled by the fact that I can do this and you guys can't. And thank you for lining my pockets with money for me to know how privileged I am. Sucks to be poor, but I can't relate. That's all I heard from that. So like I said before, I knew that there were reasons why, like, I shouldn't like Kim Kardashian, because it's like, oh, you just hear little things here and there, and you never really, like, kind of put it all together. But once I did this little deep dive, and I'm just like, wow, you guys literally do anything for money. You will steal from whoever and you don't care. And it was also something that I had to note too. It's just the fact that after you've been canceled so many times, like, no wonder this girl does not care. She really is untouchable, because how do you get canceled literally every single year for a whole decade? And yet you are literally like one of the richest people in the world. Like, it is insane to me. And not to mention, this ain't got nothing to do with the men that she's dated that would, was allegedly with their friends. This has nothing to do with anything personal. These are public controversies that have been, out there. She's been canceled like 10 billion times. Never ever had to deal with any of the repercussions. She's still a millionaire. And it just goes to show, like, do these people really get canceled? No, they don't. And that's why everybody hates them, because they just go about their life stealing from people, lying to their audience, just, doing all this nonsense. And they continue unscathed, rich, and humbly, what did she say? Humbly reminded of her privilege of being able to party during being able to steal from cultures, being able to credit white people for white women for Black culture. And, I could have went a lot more in depth. I didn't want to go like too in, because there was just so many things to just get off my chest and off my notes. But the amount of research that I had to do, honestly, that I didn't even have to do, because it is just out there. There are forums on why people hate Kim Kardashian. But it just goes to show, like, these are the people that are famous. These are the people that are successful. And they really don't care, because in all honesty, they don't have to. So if you learned anything from this, is that you can be Kim Kardashian, do whatever you want, and no one's going to do anything about it. So you learned that, and also that I suck at makeup. This is why I don't do makeup tutorials. Do not ask me to do makeup tutorials, but I'm going to continue to try to recreate different looks of people that I talk about in this series. So if you liked it, be sure to let me know. Also, I'm going to keep doing it even if like people don't like it, because I really enjoyed this. This was really fun for me. But also let me know which celebrities you guys want me to do next. I'm not doing YouTubers. I don't care. Do not ask for YouTubers. I am not doing YouTubers. These people are enough, and they are not getting any of my time. Please, A-list celebrities only, okay? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.